Does your organization have a mobile device policy? With today's dynamic environment, you might as well shred it and start over. I'm Kris Snyder, the CEO of Vox Mobile, and today I'd like to talk to you about constructing a mobile device policy that takes into account the dynamic changes. Never before have we seen, within an IT and telecom world, the pace of change. Today I want to go through the construction of a mobile device policy by focusing in 4 areas. I'd like to talk about the who, the what, the where, and the how. The who is simply end user segmentation. And while it's easy to say end user segmentation, it's challenging for organizations to actually come through and look at the different segments of users and determine what they actually get, where they actually connect, and how they do it. Most of the time, we see 3 primary areas: executive management, IT versus non-IT, lines of business, and then the final component is more of the approach of management, which is, are the users an individual liable or a corporate liable user? The what from a mobile policy perspective is really what we're extending to those mobile devices. For the longest time, personal information, i.e. your email, contacts, tasks, and calendars, have been the killer application. However, with the consumerization of applications now bleeding into the enterprise, we're seeing more organizations think about what applications they can promote. However, our device selection conundrum, with all the new devices on the Android operating system, the emergence of Apple as a dominant player in the marketplace, we're seeing more challenges on what's going to be extended. As we look at beyond just the what, we get into the where. Wi-Fi has become a primary component of the actual transport for mobility. Now, there's an opportunity in a lot of organizations to actually transmit voice traffic over Wi-Fi. And finally, as we look at the how component of building a mobile policy, we get into the device piece, the application, service security, asset management, and my favorite is expense, or who's going to actually pay for it. And with the recession of 2008, this area of expense became even more dominant in our clients' conversations. As we continue to think about the mobile policy, I would encourage you to look at your organization in its entirety and thinking about where the expense lies and the other components as they are interrelated. In our next 2 video blog sessions, we'll go from the core construct of building a mobile policy to looking at the security component, which is a cornerstone of all good mobile policies. And finally, the one piece that everyone likes to walk away from, which is who will actually support the end users and the server infrastructure. I'm Kris Snyder with Vox Mobile, and I look forward to talking to you soon.